If the size of a fire can double every 30 seconds,
it could end up being a minute or two longer.
Ask almost any Miami Valley firefighter what could happen if their nearest crew is several miles away.
In some cases, it could be up to 5 minutes, depending upon where the call is.
That's increased response time, and with that increased response time, that could truly mean life or death.
And those increasing response times have multiple crews telling the I-Team they rely on other departments to help because they can't find enough part-time staff. The I-Team found that's happening all across the country as well as here at home. West Carrollton had 45 part-time firefighters in 2016. Last year, they had 23. Same story in Riverside, where 40 part-timers turned into just 18. Here's the president of the union.
With one threat to life call, that completely depletes our resources.
To combat staffing problems, Dayton firefighters met with high schoolers just last month. Teens can now earn Level 1 certification while they earn a diploma. News Center 7 reporting has shown areas like Kettering and Washington Township have transitioned to more full-time departments, but many communities cannot afford that. In Riverside, the city manager said he'll apply for a federal grant for 3 more full-time firefighters for 3 years. And in West Carrollton, they're turning 2 part-time spots full-time.
What we're doing is living within the budget that we're already designed to have.
Chief Chris Barnett told the I-Team a city medic was out of service 3 months last year because there was no one to run it. A stark difference to when Barnett started his firefighting career in the mid-70s. It took him 10 years to find a full-time job.
There would be hundreds of people applying for the positions. Nowadays, there's not that many people that are applying.
Every year, Sinclair's Fire Academy graduates about 200 students. More than half already have jobs.
It is a young person sport.
Kip Smith runs the program for the college. He used to work for Beaver Creek.
When I started, the training requirements weren't nearly what they are today. When I went through my initial training, it was 160 hours. Period.
But that 160-hour requirement for career firefighters from the 70s has turned into 260 hours today, along with continuing education requirements over the course of every 3 years. Part-timers today have to meet what used to be the full-time standard.
That's a tremendous time requirement. You've got a full-time job Monday through Friday, and then you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart, afternoons, evenings, weekends.
And keep in mind, 70% of firefighters around the country are volunteer.
If we're having problems attracting part-time people while we're paying them, rural areas that aren't able to do that, how are they going to manage attracting people to volunteer in their community?
The I-Team is digging even deeper. I learned all of this means you could pay more for insurance. The Insurance Safety Office gives every community a rating on its fire suppression system from 1 to 10, with 1 being the highest. West Carrollton, for example, is a 3. That score is based off of fire response, water services, and emergency dispatch. Almost every home and business insurance provider uses that public protection classification to set a premium. The ISO says you will pay substantially more for insurance in a community that has a lower rating. For the I-Team, Kate Bartley, News Center 7.